one rowdy cowboy throwdown here in H-Town, where we're stronger than a hurricane.
What an outstanding competition.
For miles around, best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke.
Holy smokes, that's a lot of horse.
Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky.
Look at that.
Are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to
A
the show.
hard-running steer, but he handles it.
Welcome to the show. That's perfect.
And here we go.
Hello, Houston. Woo! That done open your eyes. It did mine. That'll get you started. What a great night we have for rodeo for you, and a great star. Ladies and gentlemen, when we start a new Super Series, we're talking about tens of thousands of new dollars, new competitors, and we're not trying to keep up with the last three performances. This is exciting. I like to see them set the bar, Boyd.
Yeah, it's absolutely a brand new rodeo. It's a part of our tournament bracket. And so this is Super Series number 2. And as Bob pointed out, we have some fresh blood. But there's a guy here that's used to winning Rodeo Houston. If you win it once, it's a dream come true. If you win it twice, oh my, you're one of the best ever. But if you win it back to back, that's amazing. And there's a guy in the Bareback riding tonight named Leighton Berry who's going to try to win this rodeo for the 3rd year in a row. That's a tall order, but don't bet against him.
Well, we see a lot of rodeo families, fellas, but the right family is rodeo royalty, okay? They could be on the Mount Rushmore of this sport. Statler Wright, we've already seen his brother advance in the bull riding. Statler will be in the saddle bronc riding, and if he can do anything like his world champion father, his world champion uncles and brothers, I think we got more to come from Statler.
Absolutely. He'll be worth watching. So will this young lady. Let's meet the 4th member of our broadcast team. Here's Janie Johnson. Hi, Janie.
Hi, Boyd. It's going to be a party tonight in Houston. Bun B's birthday bonanza is coming up after the rodeo, but of course, I got to talk about saddle bronc riding tonight. That's what I've got my eye on. Flashback to 10 years ago, a young 20-year-old Zeke Thurston walks up at Rodeo Houston, leaves the champion, a win that catapulted him to 4 world championships in his amazing career. He's back 10 years later, and he wants title number 2. So all eyes on Zeke Thurston tonight.
Thank you, Janie. We'll see him in the bronc riding, but let's get things started with the tie down roping, and it's sponsored by our friends at Boot Barn. You'll see this guy, Ty Harris, defending his championship. It went down to the final round where he and his brother were tied on our championship day. They had to run another one, but Ty walked out of there as the champ. You see his name second from the bottom, so he's trying to defend a title as well. His little brother, Joel Harris. And keep your eyes on this Pecos Tatum kid. He's young, but he's for real.
Kick it off with a 19-year-old from Richards, Texas. Tyler Calhoun. They call him Buck. Go back to November, he won Texas City. Just a couple of weeks ago, he won Davie, Florida. So this young man is not afraid to get out and travel. Qualified to be here with us in Houston by winning the permit finals. He will be the first cowboy to go in Super Series 2. He will set the pace. Has to get the calf up, does so. Stout young man handling a bigger calf and doing it well. 10 flat. That might be one of the most solid times we've ever seen to start it, Bobby T.
Well, Andy, to reference your point, he just won the money at Davie, Florida. I think coming into a big rodeo like this, it's good to have a little road time behind you. It's good to have some miles, time for your mind to sink. 10 flat is okay. I don't know if it'll get a check tonight or not, but Boyd, it's a start.
Yeah, I'd feel pretty good because whenever it's the first round on cattle that you haven't run before, 10 flat I think would have won money in the first round of Super Series 1, so I'd feel pretty good about it if I was Tyler. Let's go to the number 14 ranked tie-down roper in the world. This is Trevor Hale. He split the win at the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo. Grew up on a ranch showing horses. 22-year-old cowboy, his 5th year as a pro. Staring at that 10 flat as the measuring stick. The barrier line requires the head start. He gets a little charlet rope, turned around. They do a little line dancing at the end of that rope. And 11-6 for the 22-year-old, 11.6.
Well, you talk about being nervous for a time. 11-6 would have me a little uneasy. But from 2 Texans, let's take you to one state over. This next young man you're going to meet is from New Mexico, and his dad was a bull rider. We asked Pecos Tatum, how'd you end up being a calf roper?
Man, for some odd reason, I've always wanted to be a calf roper. Of course, he team roped too, and my mom breakawayed, and so it just kind of always stuck with me. For as long as I can remember, that's all I've wanted to ever do is be a professional calf roper.
And this kid doesn't know how to be nervous, okay? We've seen him in some pretty high-pressure situations, and he always shows up. He's 19 years old. He won money in Fort Worth. He won money in San Antonio. Now he wants to get the biggest check of all, the $65,000 that goes to the champion at the end of Rodeo Houston. Ride hard Vegas, hard-running calf. But if anybody can make it up on the ground, this boy can. Check it out. There you go. Well, he fits in right between the first 2 runs. 11 flat, 10-6. Now, this is where the luck of the draw comes to play. You don't get to choose the calf you're going to rope. It's drawn for you randomly. And some calves run faster than others. 10-9, as I said, slips him into second place.
Well, boys, I'm going to take you back in history a little bit. His grandmother, who'll be watching tonight, is a trick rider from the 60s and 70s, and her world-famous family, the Christensen Brothers Rodeo Company in Salem, Oregon.
Speaking of families, it was one of my favorite Rodeo Houston moments ever, where these Harris brothers battled it out last year to see who was going to win the tie-down roping title. Here's the younger of the 2, Joel Harris, who ended up second last year. That qualified him to his first national finals rodeo. Won nearly $150,000 in Las Vegas during December. Tom Green County Cowboy, worked as a minister, but then decided, you know what, I can reach more people in the sport of rodeo, being in front of the public eye. Good start. Down the line he goes. We are chasing 10 flat. Keep hustling, Joel. Calf kicks just a little bit, costing him some time. And 11-9 for Joel.
Yeah, he was wanting to be faster than that. But, you know, you mentioned the $150,000 he won in Las Vegas. He won 2 go-arounds out there. He won the 5th round with a 7-6, the 9th round with a 7-2. But here's what I found interesting. Between him, Joel, his brother Ty Harris, and Dylan Hancock, 6 out of the 10 rounds in Las Vegas were won by tie-down ropers from San Angelo, Texas.
It's the only place I've ever seen a standing ovation for tie-down roping in San Angelo.
Yeah, it's true.
It is the roping capital of the world in the last weekend in October. You'll have a chance to come to the roping fiesta and watch match after match, the greatest in the world. Come join us. Zach Youngblood, Iowa, Louisiana. Anybody go to school at McNeese State University? That's where he went. This young man is in the top 40. He's won over $800,000 in his young career. He's only 26. Twice he's been to the big show in Vegas. Whoa! He didn't even hardly pull his slack. Get back, pony.
Yeah, to your point, Bob, I think he dropped it.
Yeah, I was just calling for that. Okay, so watch his right hand. After he throws the rope, he misses his slack. Usually you want to hold on to that rope and not only pull it tight, but it also vaults you down the rope to the calf. Really nice way of bouncing back from that. So, good job.
Travel up to the Treasure Valley of Caldwell, Idaho. Pick up Bo Pickett. 6'1", 205 is this 28-year-old. He's traveled up north. Won some big rodeos in Canada as well. Medicine Hat, Alberta. His 8th year as a pro. Also likes playing basketball and tennis. Now this calf is standing. He handles his slack correctly. Bring it all together, Bo. That's what we needed. 9.3, and we're going to get a good check for Bo Pickett.
Boy, watch him hit the line, Andy, right there. I mean, he couldn't have got out of there any better. This pen of calves, I've been watching them after Super Series #1. Look like they might be a bit smaller, 10 or 15 pounds. Now, everybody's got to be 9'2" or better. It puts him to the lead, and there are 2 to go.
Yeah, and I don't think they're running as hard as the cattle ran in Super Series 1. Here is the defending champion of Rodeo Houston, the number 4 ranked tie-down roper in the world, Ty Harris, San Angelo, Texas. This one's running. He rides the Palomino up to its spot. Now he's got to do the groundwork that brings the time down. There you go. Second fastest run of the night as he ties with Tyler Calhoun for second and third.
And his groundwork was impeccable. You see how much time he makes up on the ground with that horse just keeping the rope tight enough. I mean, he was past the 50-yard line and is still splitting second and third.
Seems to be an age factor in here tonight. 25, 26, 22, one at 19 years old, and Tatum. Here's the last to go at the age of 25. He's in the top 30. He won the rodeo at Sheridan, Wyoming, Prescott, Arizona, Wainwright, Canada, Livermore, California. Luke Potter's been on the trail. That's miles and miles and hours and hours. And you got to do this 10 seconds or better. That calf run hard. He didn't get the pop on him. Oh, horse is working though. He's all right for this pen. He's at 11.
Well, you pointed it out, Bob. Right here when he ropes this calf, there's a little bit of slack in the loop as the horse takes a step forward, and that makes it difficult for him to handle that calf correctly, and that takes some precious time away from him.
Former Rookie of the Year award winner looks up. And there's nothing more trill than tie-down roping to the birth of the sport of rodeo. Born out of the working, ranching lifestyle of cowboys of the Old West, you still have to concentrate. Your passion has to be genuine. Your desire authentic. And that is why we're proud of all of our tie-down ropers, but especially this guy, 28-year-old Bo Pickett, the senior member of tonight's field, the Caldwell, Idaho Cowboy with a 9-3. He will lead the way as we say thank you to Boot Barn for bringing us the tie-down roping.
This is the Rodeo Houston Super Series. Here's how it works. We invite 40 of the top athletes in each of our 8 events. They're divided into 5 Super Series. Each one of those events is 3 rounds. At the end of the 3 rounds, the 4 highest money winners advance to one of our 2 semifinals. There are 10 athletes in each of the semifinals. We take the top 4 from semifinal 1 and semifinal 2 and advance them to the championship. The 6 that do not advance from each semifinal round get another chance. They'll go to one of our 2 wildcard competitions. The winner from each wild card will advance to the championship. They join the others for a shot at the $65,000 with a total purse of over $2.5 million. That's how the revolutionary Rodeo Houston Super Series works.
We are taking you to the bucket chutes. Bareback ride coming up next in Houston.
Hey, folks, if you're 21 or older, I want you to pledge to the rodeo responsibility for our friends at Miller Lite and the designated driver. It's a big deal. Scan the QR code and receive a complimentary fountain drink or bottle of water. Responsibility has its rewards. Always plan for a safe ride home.
Big shout out to our friends at Cavender's Boot City. They not only brought you our patriotic opening ceremonies, but they are also sponsoring our hardworking arena crew. They're down in the dirt, they're on the chutes, they're making it work in front of the scenes and behind the scenes. Thank you to Cavender's Boot City.
Captions are available on your mobile device at rodeohouston.com/captions. We'll make it easy for you. Just point your camera at the QR code on the center screens, and it will take you directly to our closed caption mobile app.
Hey, look at here. Look at the video screens. The Carnival Cruise Line Cowboy Cam. It's bringing out the Wild West. Oh, my goodness. You're looking at nice horns. Good ears. Don't stick your tongue out at me.
Welcome back to Rodeo Houston inside NRG Stadium as we get ready to ride bucking horses. The most physically demanding contest in the sport of rodeo. It is hard on the body, and it's brought to you by Chevron. This will be the first cowboy you see tonight. Our defending champion, Leighton Berry. He not only won it last year, he won it the year before as well. And he's the first man to nod as our defending champion. He'll be chased by the greats like Orrin Larson and Tilden Hooper. And keep your eyes on Cole Franks. He's number 5 in the world standing.
Right. Come on, LB. You're good, buddy. This is the horse from the service called Frontier Hostage. Nothing wrong with that, Andy, to have one go right down the middle, play right into your deck of cards.
No, but on a horse like that, you got to be aggressive from the first jump, Bobby T. That horse exploded once the gate opened. And the man trying to three-peat is well on his way. You want Trill? Here it is, 83.5 for Leighton Berry.
Tarenco, Louisiana. The son of an NFR saddle bronc rider, 25-year-old Cade Saunier. He's got a horse from Rocky Mountain called Hand Shafts. Now, I like Tarenco, Louisiana, because I'm pretty sure I can pronounce that a lot better than I can that Arnaudville, or whatever that was we put on the key. I'm not going to follow him home either way. He went to the NFR as a rookie in 2023. Horse has got his head down. He's not going to like that. The mark-out rule. You got to have the heels of your boots in contact with the horse the first jump out of the chute. From there, it's half the points from the horse, half the points from the cowboy. 1 to 50 on each. He bucked his honker off. You see that, Bobby T?
I watched something hit the ground and I looked up. I'm just glad it wasn't the flank. Pickup man will take care of that. Tarenco, Louisiana ought to be happy. Hit, fire. Look at him set his feet. Point I like to talk about. There goes the halter. It didn't make any difference. He just kept on a bucking and he kept on a spurring. Gonna get him into money in the number 2 spot at 80.5.
There is quite the youth movement going on in the sport of rodeo, and it's happening in every discipline. Jasek Frost of Browns Valley, California, at 20 years of age, is number 15 in the world. Cut Ties, the name of the horse. They've only ridden 1 out of 4 trips last year. They were 80.5 on this horse in Denver. Jasek, the winner of Casper, Woodlake. Whoa! The California Circuit Finals. That was a good recovery after that bobble there at the beginning of the ride.
Well, watch how, completely out of line at about the 2nd to 3rd jump, the front end of this horse gets. Watch this. Okay, that's okay, and that's okay. But right here, look at that. I mean, that's throwing everything you can at the Cowboy, and the mere fact that he survived it says a lot about his tenacity. Unfortunately, it didn't help him score any more points. 68 for Jason.
Andy and Boyd and I have been bragging on this next young man for a long time. Had a brother rode broncs years ago. Oren Larson comes from English, Manitoba, Canada. Canadian superstar, but he's won $1,700,000. Watch this as a rematch. Bazinga is the name of this horse. The last time that they were matched up, horse won first.
Is that a tip of the cap to the Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had this horse in Fort Madison, Iowa at the Tri-State Rodeo. Ended up with a no score, and I don't remember if he was bucked off or if he missed the horse out. But remember, fans, 1 to 50 points on the horse, 1 to 50 points on the Cowboy. Half of the score comes from the animal, the other half from the athlete.
I love how he asked, are we riding now? Oren's showing us how it's done. Whatever happened last time is nothing but a distant memory. You can see the sweat on the horse from Colorado down here in the Harris County humidity. Way to be patient. Keeps his feet above the horse's shoulders the first jump out. Handles a little change of direction. Top 2 score, 81 points for Oren.
Nice job. Hey, folks, our next bareback rider, it's his first time ever to Rodeo Houston. We asked Cooper Heimberg, what did you think about when you walked into the stadium?
It was just really big. Lost awards really. I've always thought about coming here. This is my first time here, and it's just really exciting to be here, especially keep competing with all the people that are here. It's really a big deal.
It is a big deal, so make a big-time ride for the champions of the National Western. Andy talked about the youth movement a minute ago. Here's another member of it. He's 21 years old. That's a great bucking horse that they use in the saddle bronc riding a lot and win a lot of money off that horse under a saddle. The horse's name is Hitman, but at 79 points, Cooper slides into the number 4 spot.
Oh, with 3 to go, and if you're watching our bracketed rodeo for the very first time, live or on TV, you need to understand, everybody gets one tonight and again tomorrow and Sunday. If you don't do well tonight, you got a chance to rebound tomorrow. Here comes Tilden Hooper. He is 37. Somebody said, is that old? Not for Tilden. He's won $1.5 million. 9 big rodeo titles last year, including Plains, Montana. Cole Reiner was 84.5 points on this horse in San Antonio. King Ding-a-ling. Little duck, little dive. Come on, Tilden. Oh, my goodness. Those long legs are kicking. With 3 kids to feed at the house, Andy, he's going to spur a little harder.
Well, and you're going to see a stout horse with a lot of power that is pulling back on the Cowboy as he tries to pick up the timing and rhythm. You can see just how much power that horse pushes on the back of him. And he needed to be 83.5, 77 is what we will have for Hooper.
So, Jamie, you've got Cade Saunier. Can he shed any light on what's going on with Lane McGehee?
Well, Cade Saunier, we're back here behind the buck and shoots. You heard Boyd mention Lane McGehee. Do you know what's going on there?
No, I actually have no idea. They're over there and we're over here, but no, it's awesome to be here in Houston. I mean, it's the pinnacle of rodeo to be able to come in a building like this with the fans like this and the caliber of horses and stock, and I mean, it doesn't get much better.
Hey, the thing that you mentioned to me was getting to ride against heroes like Tilden Hooper, who just went. How cool is it to be back behind the chutes with the best in the world along with yourself?
No, it's awesome. Yeah, Tilden's actually the reason why I wanted to ride bareback horses. I watched him get on Stevie Nicks in Mercedes, Texas 6 years ago now, and man, it's awesome.
Well, you had a great ride. Congratulations.
Thanks, Janie.
Boyd.
Thank you. Here's a look at the replay of Lane McGehee on a horse named Tarzan. And Tarzan threw a ton at this Cowboy. He survived it. He'll tie for 5th and 6th at 77 points for the former Sam Houston State University standout.
All right, we're caught up. Let's go to Cole Franks, Clarendon, Texas, the home of the world-famous Clarendon College, where his father is the coach. Texas Toast is the horse. Here's the guy at number 5 right now, and he ended up 2nd in the world. He's hot again.
Well, in this horse, if he has the trip he did in Kalispell, Montana, where there were 84 and a half, he could be the last guy to go and get the biggest check, and $3,000 would be a great jump start for Mr. Franks here in Super Series number 2.
He just won $8,000 at Fort Worth. Do it again, Cole, do it again. Yep, yep, yep.
The judges and the cowboys alike love it when a horse stays close to the bucket chutes. For the judges, they can see it all. For the cowboy, the target stays right there in front of him. His timing, where he takes his spur stroke and beats the horse to the ground each and every time, is impeccable. The horse is kicking out the back, 81 points, and he will tie for 2nd and 3rd.
So not too many surprises in the bareback bronc riding. All the guys you thought were going to do good did, including Orrin Larson at 81 points. Tilden Hooper on King Dingaling, and there's your defending champion. There's Orrin Larson, the 9-time national finalist in Canada, taking it all on the end of your arm. You've got to be physical, and you've got to be invested. Wayne McGeehee celebrating, conquering the horse called Tarzan, but our defending champion, Leighton Berry, sits on top of the board, 83 and a half in front of Larson and Franks, who move in at 81. Chevron brought to you the bareback bronc riding.
The tandems return. Team roping is next in H-Town.
I want to say thank you to Houston Methodist, our official healthcare providers for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and supporters of Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine, caring for our rodeo athletes.
It's autograph time in the Fan Zone, presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. You can meet Leon Coffey, our Rodeo Houston athletes, bullfighters, rodeo royalty, and more in sections 103 and 124. You can also pick up Rodeo Houston belt buckle.
We'd love to have you inside NRG Stadium for every one of our performances. We realize that's probably not possible, but the good news is you can watch us at home or anywhere on Space City Home Network, on the Cowboy Channel, and on Telemundo. So on any day you can't make it to the rodeo, be sure and catch any one of those networks who are carrying all the action. Space City Home Network and our friends at, where are our friends at Telemundo? They got to be right, there they are. Hola, Enrique. Hola, Luis.
Hola. Hola, amigos, ¿cómo están? Por supuesto, agradecidos de estar con nosotros esta noche aquí en Rodeo Houston, esperando el concierto, y también les invitamos, descarguen su aplicación de Telemundo Texas para toda la acción en español.
Gentlemen, we are just enjoying what we're seeing here in the second group. Outstanding, and remember, Telemundo en español with Rodeo Houston.
All right, we're back with two ladies arguing over a soda. Yeah, Andy said it, it's tandem, headers and heelers. It's team roping time. And I want to say thank you to Corral Handcrafted Boots. They're going to make it happen. All right, Yako and Hawkins for the guys that got all of the money a year ago, but here's what they're looking at. The runs have been in the long fours, early fives. Lovell and Arnold, veterans to this arena. The brothers from Canada get ready at the bottom. Fourth and long. Could be a sleeping team, Andy. You know what I mean.
Midway, Texas will break its maiden for Super Series 2 in the team roping. Colby Lovell will be doing the horn catching. Ty Arnold, the healer, a world champion to the horns. Oh, no. Trying to get his loop situated. And it will be a no time. I believe he dropped his loop, and when that happens, it's a disqualification.
Yeah, he went to rebuild it, and you can't do that. So watch the healer on the left of your screen. See how his rope got dropped as he left the chute? Then the header gets him caught. He rebuilds the healer, the left of your screen. And then his rope gets hung up on something on the way out. Either way, he lost it, and no love there. Let's go to two brothers from Canada. You got the older brother to the horns, the younger brother to the heels. This is Dawson Graham and Dylan Graham. They're the number 10 ranked team in the world. And if you want to go up to Idaho, Montana, Alberta, or Saskatchewan and win money in the team roping, you'll have to beat this team right here. Here we go. Horns and heels. I'm nervous. So we've got a wide open door right now, Andy. 2 no times. And now the defending champ shows up with a new healer.
And J.C. Aquo understands this format better than anybody, but here's a good shot of why Boyd was nervous. You see that loop came around on the right horn and had a hickey, which means you can't have an extra coil over the horn. But these guys know that. J.C. Aquo, last year's heading champion, qualified to his first national finals rodeo. He's teamed up this year with Ross Ashford. New partner, same mission. But we are 0 for 3. Third no time in a row, Bobby T.
All right, Coy, come on, Colton. Let's set the bar, boys. Coy Britton comes from Tollard, Texas, up in my part of North Texas country. Now, we have qualifying rodeos that you can qualify in order to get placed in Houston. At Waller County, these were the qualifying winners. Hempstead, Texas. That's the Waller County Fair. Coy Britton at the head end. Rockwall, Texas, on the east side of Dallas is where that guy comes from. Oh, 3 swings. He's got a whoop. Head catch good. Look, 2.
Nice.
He's still got coil and a half in his hand, Boyd.
Yeah, but even more impressive than that, and I know Andy caught it because he's a team roper, this steer's going to duck to the left after about 2 strides out of the box. The header has to move his horse to the left to adjust with the way the steer was running, so to be the first qualified run at 6 and 7 is very impressive. Way to go, Coy and Colton.
Smart to get a time on the board, too. T. McLeod and Sid Sporer. Saskatchewan to the horns. Cody, Wyoming to the heels. Got to witness this team split the win at the Caldwell Night Rodeo last August. Clean run here, fellas, and you will get paid. But the loop goes over the head of the steer, and now, here's the story. You catch your steer, and you'll win no less than 4th.
Yeah, this is the eliminator pen. I mean, usually when you come to a rodeo and you only get 1 or 2 bull rides, you'll understand. But you kind of figure almost all of the teams are going to catch. But, well, you talk about, I heard Bob Tomlin say one time, I'd just like to get a bucket of luck and baptize every one of them in it.
Oh, my. Clay Ullery from Alberta, Tice McLeod. You just watch his brother at the head end. Tice is the healer on the next team from Saskatchewan. He took a lot of better look at that one. I know that's not good English. Ew. Nice, guys. Andy just said it. You did exactly what he said. Just have a nice run. 8.5. They ought to be very happy with that.
Here's how confident I am in the next team. You listening?
Yes, sir.
I am going to bet my ranch. All 4 acres, the 3 alpaca and the single wide, that this team makes a clean run.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I like them alpaca you've been raising.
How do they do in the wintertime?
Not well. He blankets them. He's got a barn for them. It's got heaters in it.
Andrew Ward, Jake Long, this is why I'm high on them. Give you all the 2 time in the world to credential them, but So, not only did they make a clean run, they just took the lead. Andrew Ward and Jake Long, the two great veterans, one from Oklahoma, the other from Kansas. Gentlemen, thank you for the clinic.
Well said. Well said. You want some credentials? We watched the header on the next team since he's been in high school. That's a guy in the dark shirt from the little town of Carbon, Texas. Billy Bob Brown, college, all-around champion, Cheyenne champion. Landon Glenn comes from McAllister, Oklahoma. 33-year-old header. Got him a pup. 21 years old at the heels.
Yeah, I'm going to time warp because to me, Billy Bob Brown is always going to be a young guy.
Oh, yeah.
But the fact that he's 13 years older than his healer is confounding to me.
I also don't know if you can have a more cowboy name than Billy Bob Brown. Just catch him, guys. We got him captured on the front, 2 feet, stretch him out. We are taking an extra look at everything to make sure it is all good.
Are they looking at that horn cat?
I believe they are. Everything is good.
I love it.
6 and 9. That is good enough to put him inside the top 3. Check on the first round of Super Series number 2.
Boyd called it with Andrew Ward and Jake Long. When you know what you're doing on fast cattle in an arena that's a football field, you have got to place your horse. Don't place any bets, and then you have to go, why did I miss that one? That's the look. Take your time, young man. You got a long ways to go. Andrew and Jake at 6,000. Britton, Glenn, Brown, Ullery, McLeod. Nice work tonight, boys. Thank you to the team roping sponsor. That would be Corral Handcrafted Boots.
Stick around, friends. The saddle bronc riding is coming up next at Rodeo Houston.
Anyone who knows rodeo knows there's nothing more important than safety. That goes for our fans too. The Crown Royal Riders want everyone to make it home safely. As you enjoy Rodeo Houston, please make sure to always assign a designated driver. Crown Royal wants you to drink responsibly. Rain on, Houston.
I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I get jealous. Jealous of this location. The chute seats. They are right behind the bucket chutes, and they are presented by Chenier. What a viewpoint to be able to watch this rodeo from right there, seeing all that action happen right behind the bucket chutes. And hey, looks like to me they're enjoying it, fellas.
Yeah, hey, let's stay on him and let him take a selfie. He was about to. That was so rude of us.
Well, we went to the arena crew and these big hefty boys with a big hefty barrel. I want to say thank you to them for working the chutes, the gates, all that equipment. But a big thank you goes out to their sponsor, to Cavender's Boot City.
Y'all looking good. Look at the big screen. You might be on it. Awesome looking crowd on this beautiful night in Houston. Hey folks, there's a reason to be with us every weekend. Even if you don't have a ticket to the rodeo, you can come out and catch our spectacular drone show every Saturday and Sunday night at 8 p.m. We'll be lighting up the sky over NRG Arena. It's really cool to watch. It happens every night on Saturday and Sunday of the rodeo at 8 p.m. and it's presented by ExxonMobil.
But if you can, we would love for you to buy a ticket and join us because of the great rodeo action like the saddle bronc riding. The best in the business come here to be with us, courtesy of friends like Energy Transfer. Last year, the man with the biggest smile on his face in this competition was Damian Brennan. The Australian cowboy catapulted from here to his first trip to the national finals. But look out, this is a stacked field World champion Zeke Thurston. Talked about Statler right in the opening. We have got a great group of bronc riders, Bobby T.
Well, I'd have to go with Lake Dream right off the bat. He rides as good as Zeke and Statler. Canadians, he now lives in Millerville, Alberta. Raised in the North Country, just pretty. This a nice horse called Mookie's Pet. Horse does it right. Would you call him a tweed, Andy?
I would. I think that is a super nice horse that just lets you show off. The judges saw the exact same thing. 80.5 for Leighton Green. Solid start for our first Alberta Cowboy.
It is Alberta night.
Yeah.
There's 4 Alberta Cowboys that you're going to watch. Here comes the second. Dawson down, Tomahawk, Alberta. This is a heck of a horse. Gave Zeke Thurston some trouble in San Antonio. 30-year-old Cowboy. He was the runner-up in Jackson, Mississippi 2 weeks ago at the Dixie Nationals with an 87. Here we go on Liza Jane, an NFR bucking horse. Oh, you pretty little Liza Jane.
Look at him lift on that rein, Boyd. He's not pulling, he's lifting. You go to pulling on it, you're going to change your entire body style. Folks, this means you are in control, and she did her thing. It's going to be rewarded. He goes to the lead by 2 points, 83.5.
3-point lead. Now, let me just say, as a qualifier, I am not man enough to attend a Moxa family reunion. This is a family that loves to have fun out of High River, Alberta, Canada. Lucas Moxa has a horse from the Servey brothers called Hubba Bubba. Canadian Finals qualifier. Won the Chase Hawks at the end of last season. Is number 12 in the world, having his best year yet. The son of a stock contractor. Family that raises some bucking horses up in Canada will make it to the whistle on a horse that gives him a little trouble when it comes to picking up timing. 78 points for his first ride, 78 for the High River Man.
Okay. Well, we started with 3 Canadians. Let's go to a Californian who's got probably the best mustache of any saddle bronc rider here. I don't know if you're into the mustache thing or not, but Hugh McCorder, the 25-year-old Cowboy, knows how to grow a cool one. The horse's name is Luther. Gus Galliard had this horse last August in Burlington, Colorado. Scored 86 points. So there's a chance for this 25-year-old former college national champion for Cal Poly. Bobby, you know a little bit about Cal Poly.
Oh, 1966 in a different century. Changed my entire life. 1 year anyway. Watch this horse. They're going to give him a lot of rain once he gets started. Oh, no, get up. There you go. Horse that'll buck with their head down like that or head up if you know where they're going and where to measure your rein.
You see the orange flag on the arena?
Yes, sir.
Yellow flags are bad news for Cowboys. Orange flags are good. Because this horse stumbled and went down to his knees, they're going to offer the Cowboy a score or the option for a re-ride. So that'll be up to Q once they tell him what his number is going to be. But the fact that the horse stumbled is going to hurt that score. So it's 77 points right now, and he just had a word with Binion Servey about whether or not he was going to get on the re-ride.
Bayfield, Colorado's Mitchell Story. 20-year-old who won Belton, Texas just a few weeks back. He's got a Servey horse called Stump the Rump. Now this horse has been bucked 3 times this year and ridden only once. But if you go back last season, they were 84 on this horse at Fort Madison.
Yes, you're right. But the 2 times that they didn't score this year were both mark-out violations. So that makes me think that this horse is tough to mark out of the chute.
Watch the very first jump, as what Boyd just pointed out.
just like we mentioned in the bareback riding, those feet have to be above the horse's shoulders.
It's to your advantage to have your feet set like that. It gives the horse the freedom of motion. Boy, he jerked that right foot out, but I do believe he got her done by my judging.
Well, we're not judges by any shake of a stick, but I love what I'm seeing from the next generation of saddle bronc rider. Holds that foot, first jump out, and it takes him just a moment to get back in rhythm, but a nice little bay horse that comes around to the right. 72 points, 72. And we need to work on that dismount.
Put a little Houston dirt in your pocket.
You could plant corn in the row he plowed through that dirt. So next up is going to be a man who I'm quite confident will be a pro rodeo Hall of Famer one day when his career is done. He is a four-time world champion saddle bronc rider. Janie Johnson talked about him in our open, that he won this rodeo 10 years ago. Hasn't won it since, but he has went on to win 4 world titles since that first Rodeo Houston championship. Skeeter is his dad's name. This is the incomparable Zeke Thurston.
Boy, that would have made him 20 years old 10 years ago, now at 30. 4-time the Calgary Stampede champion, 10 times to Las Vegas. Zeke has got a style, whether he starts off at Denver, Fort Worth, Houston, San Antonio, Austin, Jackson, any of the big winter rodeos, that he doesn't always win first in the majors. Then he'll just creep up, goes to cramming and winning, and shows up in Vegas hot.
He won the first round of the NFR for the second year in a row with an 86.5. He came back in the third round, won it with an 88-point ride.
Redial the gray horse. Veteran horse and a veteran cowboy. Zeke does his job like he's done so many different times. I mean, fellas, if he has just an average season by Zeke Thurston's standards, he's going to eclipse the $3 million mark this season. He's going to be a heck of a lot more than average tonight. 84 points for Thurston.
Well, why not? Look at the way he turns his toes out. You see how he sets his feet with his toes turned out at the front of each jump? That's why that guy has become very wealthy, riding bucket horses 8 seconds at a time. Let's go to David's little man, Shea Fournier. Uncle Phillips cheered him on too. Come on, Shea Fournier. He's always had good luck at this rodeo. Burial Ground is the horse. And not exactly a user-friendly horse, but I think Shea got by him pretty good, even though he's got a lot of movement on that front end.
Horse got a lot of kick, Boyd. Big, solid. That horse will weigh 1,800 pounds. Yeah, you said it. That's the fire in demand. The Fourniers put the Cajun up there with an 83.
So the next man you're going to meet, Statler Wright, is having a life-changing moment happening in September. Tell us about what's changing in your life, Statler.
I'm super excited to be having a little girl. I can't tell you the name. It's going to be a big surprise, so shh.
That just makes it more fun. All right. Qualified to his first national finals last year. Beaver, Utah, number 5 in the world. Son of a world champ. They were 85 and 85.5 on this horse in San Antonio. This is target practice. The Serby brothers. He's only 21 years old.
The other night in Fort Worth, I watched him ride one for 91.5. He won second.
After a strong mark out, immediately goes to spurring. An aggressive ride like that one will not go unnoticed. Some people may hold their feet one more jump. Not Statler. As soon as he feels those front feet hit the ground, he immediately goes to spurring. 80.5 has him tied for 4th and 5th. Keep it up, Statler.
Well, that stacks the scores pretty deep. 84, 83.5, 83, 80.5.
So let's go down to Janie. She's talking to the Canadian Dawson Dom as Q gets ready for his re-ride.
That's right, Boyd. Dawson, that horse that you had, Liza Jane, has bucked off some of the best saddle bronc riders in the world. What was the trick tonight?
Oh, just got lucky and stayed aboard.
Hey, I don't think that's true. You've been having an awesome season. Your very first trip to Rodeo Houston. What do you think of this amazing place?
Oh, it's amazing. The fans are amazing, and it's a good place to be.
Well, and you're also in a good position to get a good first check in your very first night. Is that kind of a dream come true to kick things off?
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Boyd?
All right, let's go back to Q. He's got his rein measured. One of the most important decisions a bronc rider will make is where do you grab that bronc rein? You grab it too short, the horse can pull you over the top of your swells with your head, with its head. You grab it too long and you can't lift to keep yourself in the saddle. So that measurement's extremely important. Is this hot route, I believe?
A11, if that's the horse. Hot route from the Serby brothers. There's a good shot as you're looking over the top of that gate how big this arena really is, folks. Now he's got him freed up, standing right. You got to give the horse the advantage. Let them have the jump. That's why you set your feet. Then you go to Spirit. Here's McQuarter. Ooh. Little trash at about jump number 3.
Yuck.
Yuck. I agree with you, Boyd.
Boy, that's a fist fight to ride that horse right there.
You can tell by the look on his face, Andy.
Well, there's so many changes of directions. That's what you fellas are talking about. It's like a horse changing leads about 10 times in one ride, and 73 is not enough.
And he never gets into any rhythm with his bucking motion, so it's tough for you to get into timing whenever a horse isn't in rhythm. So 73. He actually lost 4 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His re-ride was 77. He gave it up.
Well, another event that is trill in the world of rodeo. It's the event that gave birth to the sport of rodeo. One ranch said they had a horse that nobody could ride. Another ranch said, I got a cowboy that could never be thrown. And so the battles would begin. Who needs a plow when you got a bronc buster willing to do that? And that's Zeke smiling again. And that was memorable right there. Zeke Thurston, 84 at the top of the board. Pretty tight race with Dom, Fournier, and Green all in the money. Thank you to Energy Transfer for bringing us the saddle bronc riding.
All right, everybody get ready. Don't you go anywhere. Stay there. Stay with us. Steer Wrestling coming up next.
It's time for Entertainer Trivia. Answer the question on the screen correctly, and that will give you a chance to win season tickets to the 2025 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
And on your bucket list of things to do is you need to visit the Fan Zone, presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. You'll find it at sections 103 and 124. You can see Rodeo Houston champion saddles up close at both locations and get an autograph from the Cowboys while you're up there.
Here comes Leon. Hello, Leon Coffee. Hey, folks, take a look at the video screen. The Carnival Cruise Line. This is the Cowboy Cam. Oh, my goodness. You got propellers on those cowboy hats. It's bringing out the Wild West and all of our people along with Leon Coffee. There's some love for you, Andy, right there.
Love those emojis. And you have people wearing not only sunglasses at night, but sunglasses inside. Now, guys, you got to pay attention. Look up. Look up. You got to pay attention.
Celebrating rodeo inside NRG Stadium. You can tell our fans are excited about what's happening, and they should be, because the big boys in the steer wrestling is coming up next. 600-pound steers, 200-pound cowboys, all of it brought to you by Mattress Firm, and it is going to be plenty exciting. When we finished a year ago, Nevada's Dakota Eldridge won the Rodeo Houston Championship for the second time in his career. Tonight you got Martin Walker, a former Rookie of the Year, so is Landris White, and the Hawaiian, Tryson Kalawa'ia.
Cross one state line to the east and you find the Martin family. Tristan and his, I don't know if it's his cousin or his uncle, but Casey Martin, a national finals qualifier in the steer wrestling. That's his uncle.
Next generation.
Collegiate champ for East Mississippi Community College.
Yeah, but he grew up in a house with 7 brothers and 1 sister.
That's a Catholic family. Hard running steer. Good horse, puts him right where he needs to be. Apply the skis. 7 flat, excuse me. I was going to say 6'9". 7 flat for Tristan Martin.
That just shows you're trying to help him by 1/10 of a second.
I tried.
Springtown, Texas is a suburb to the north and a little bit west of Fort Worth. Not far from my house. Cole Walker, at the age of 24, lives there. Now here's a guy that has made the tour from Perry, Georgia, working 3 events to all the West Coast rodeos in the last year. He's a bulldogger, he's a tie-down roper, and he can team rope. And in the part of the country where he lives, you can team rope 8 nights a week.
I believe that's mathematically impossible, Bob.
No, they rope twice on Saturday.
Yeah, but there's only one night.
Trust me, some of the places Bob's been, you can spend a week there in one night.
Yeah, this is true. All right, Cole. You were at the Magic Valley Stampede last summer. You watched him throw a steer in 3.5 seconds. That'll be tougher to do here because the score, how far you got to let the steer out before you begin to pursue it, is a lot longer in a large arena like this. All right, Cole, left on down. We'll take it. Now remember, when you, well, he's going to break the barrier. That's going to cost him 10 seconds. He didn't give the steer the head start. We just mentioned that. The score. Does the steer trip the rope or does the horse trip it? You can tell how it was tripped and where it was tripped, whether it was the horse or the steer. So that 5 and 4 turns into 15 and 4 for Cole.
Cole is 22. Landris White is 23 years of age. Number 20 in the world, a former Resistol Rookie of the Year. Last year, he won Bremerton, Washington, and Amarillo, Texas. 2 towns with totally different climates. I would love to see this young man win this rodeo, get his first shot at going to the national finals. It's backed in the corner. The man to his right is known as the hazer. He's going to make sure that steer comes out straight so that Landris gets a shot to dismount and wrestle him around. A long reach at a high rate of speed. Stick with it, Landris. Got to reshape the steer. And we'll get it done in 14 and 2.
Yeah, he had to jump. Look at the saddle starting to fall off the side of the horse. He had to let go of the saddle and just jump to the steer. And then an uncooperative farm animal slowed him down, 14 and 2 for the 23-year-old from Angleton, Texas.
Boyd jumped on the next name in the introductions, and it's worth jumping on. Tristan Kalawa'ia, Hilo, Hawaii. All right, Tryson, let's see what you can do as he backed in the corner. He's watched the first 3 runs. 19th in the PRCA standings tonight. Boy, could $65,000 at the end of this deal change his Hawaiian life. Big man. Yep. Perfect.
0.2 of a second quicker than our top time at 6 and 8 for the Hawaiian. And I love seeing in this event more than any other, you've got your fellow competitors helping you, whether it's hazing, standing in the box with you to make sure your horse is settled down. It is so awesome to see the brotherhood.
Yeah, they're a family. They don't compete against each other. They compete against the steer, and they're there to help each other in that endeavor. I love the big smile on the face of Bridger Anderson, this former college national champion for Northwestern Oklahoma State. 6'2", 200 pounds, all of it bulldogger. Here's Bridger. Yes! Please tell me he's clean. I'm nervous about it. He isn't. Another broken barrier. That steer just didn't leave as quickly as Bridger thought he might. So it's a 14-6 for Anderson.
Click down one state to the south. Eli Lord, Sturgis, South Dakota. His brother has actually won this rodeo in the team roping. I'd love to see if we could add some more Rodeo Houston hardware to the Lord family.
You know, his dad, JB, was an all-around hand at every level. Actually, Eli and his brother Levi, who you referenced as a past champion at Houston in the team roping, they won the San Angelo Stock Show and Rodeo together as brothers in the team roping.
At the age of 60, J.B. Lord will still throw some steers down.
Absolutely.
And ropes and a horse trading booger. Oh, that old steer looking the wrong direction.
We call that the cow cam.
Well, the cow cam just caught him. I don't know if they're switching or what they're doing, but folks, there are cameras, there are microphones everywhere that you could imagine in this inside rodeo arena. And you're not going to find any television work done any better anywhere else than what our staff and our technical staff in the studio gets done. This place is polished.
Yeah, it's amazing the caliber of people we get to work with inside this room. Able to bring you rodeo and the noises and the sounds and the sights in a way that very few of any other locations can do.
Yeah, not just cameras in the chutes, but microphones in the chutes as well. Pair of roan horses will roll in. Eli gets set. 6'8", 7 flat. A hard-running steer as the hazer tries to bring him a step closer to the South Dakota man.
Wow.
Sliding him around. Way to be patient. 8-4 for Eli, 8-4.
Bobby T, you know as well as I do that 90% of the guys that run a steer that far don't jump.
Well, not only did he jump, Boyd, but look at the grimace, look at the fire in that left foot driving his boots in the ground. They're going to have a sits mark that's going to be 30 foot long. That is polished and powerful. Nice work, Eli. All right, the Cajuns are up again, boys. We got Cajuns and Canadians tonight. Got a busload of both of them.
Yeah, and we've even got a couple of people from Hawaii and Australia. Let's go to the Cajun, Gavin Swallow. He just won the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo in Denver. 10 rodeos is all he's been to, but he's got big checks at 6 out of those 10 rodeos. Former Rookie of the Year in 2020, Gavin Swallow. Swallow is how they say it in the Cajun country, but he's going to break the barrier. That's our 3rd broken barrier. Actually, our 4th broken barrier. No, just 3rd. I stand corrected.
Well, I hate to bring the team roping back up, but right now, if you can give us a penalty-free run, you will win no worse than 4th in the steer wrestling. That would be great for a guy that traveled from halfway across the planet to be here.
Yeah, good day, mate. He's from Queensland, Australia.
I was going to try an Australian accent, but you made me feel a lot better about mine, Boyd.
Okay,
Travis.
good.
No, I'm not doing it now.
Come on,
Good. You're good. 32-year-old Travis Monroe.
Let's hear it, buddy. Come on.
What?
I want to hear a little Aussie twang from him.
Loves eating Vegemite. You know what I mean?
Now that's a knife. Anyway, look at it. We're getting Janie to do it. Here's Travis.
Be smart, Monroe, and he is. Get that leg out. Keep going, keep going.
Roll, roll.
He's got one leg hung. All 4 legs have to come out from under the steer. So we had to take a little bit of extra energy to make it happen. 9-1. He will get it done and finish in the top 4.
To Andy's point, the left rear leg of the steer is not extended. And the field flag judge can't drop the flag until all 4 legs are extended. However, Andy, he is still going to win money in the top 4 with that 9.1. Oh, they call it the big man's event. These guys are 6'1", 220. They're big, they're stout, they're talented. And when you go to wrestling a steer in a room this big, it sometimes takes a while to get one stopped and one turned. Landris White looks up. He'll live to bulldog another day. Not a lot of smiling going on, but enough of it to make all of us happy. At any rate, let's stack them up. The Hawaiian, Tryson Kalawaia with 3,000. Tristan Martin right behind him. And that's the steer wrestling brought to you by Mattress Fur.
Our first cowgirl competition of the night. Coming up next, it's the ladies in the barrel racing.
The fun doesn't stop after tonight's concert. Get your adrenaline rush or play some games at the carnival presented by First Community. Taste award-winning wines from around the world at Champion Wine Garden presented by Frost. If you're 21 and over, enjoy dancing and live music at the Hideout every night from 6 p.m. until midnight. Looking for a casual or fine dining experience? The Ranch Saloon and Steakhouse has got you covered. Enjoy some live music and grab an ice-cold beer at the Miller Lite Ice House. Unwind with a drink as you enjoy a live DJ at the Topo Chico Hard Seltzers Oasis. So stick around, there's plenty to do and something for everyone at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
All right, I want to talk to you about texting, something you all do well. Check the screens right now for the answer to the trivia question. The winner will be announced on March 23rd. Everybody waving on the big screen.
I'd love to know how many selfies are taken at this rodeo every night.
Yeah, into the stands and out in the arena.
Yeah.
Some bees will have them. Oh, look at that.
Welcome back to Rodeo Houston. Look at that beautiful kid up there on the screen having a blast at this rodeo. The 3 barrels are set. It is time for the ladies barrel racing. We have an incredible new group of competitors, including the 3-time world champion, Brittany Posey-Tanazi.
Looking forward to this horse race as we get ready to rock and roll in the barrel racing. A huge shout out to our sponsors, S&B Engineers and Constructors. Here's last year's champion, Leslie Smolyago, and winning Houston was enough to propel her onto her first National Finals rodeo appearance in Las Vegas. Smolyago looking good, but there's the aforementioned Brittany Posey-Tanazi, 3-time champ of the world. Keep your eyes on Jordan Driver as well. And Shelly Morgan is an NFR champion.
3-time world champ, Brittany Posey-Tanazi, one of 2 Aggies in the barrel race tonight. Sorrel Horse picking up barrel number 1 for the $3 million cowgirl. 2 left-hand turns to finish it out. You gotta leave him standing, and she does. Excellent work, Brittany. 14:37. If I'm not mistaken, that might be the fastest run we've seen, or very close to it.
Yeah, if it isn't, it's chasing it. So do you want to stick your neck out and say that that's going to win the rodeo tonight? Anyway, Jamie Olson with Olson Equine from Brock, Texas. She's a nurse practitioner around turn 3. The louder you get, the faster they run, so don't hold back. 14:66. And that's a good run. We've just been, we've been shocked by that 14:37 by Tanazi to get us started.
All right, let's go way to the Northland. She ought to be happy to be in South Texas. Taylor Moykins, Three Forks, Montana. What a beautiful place. Pull to the right, pull. This horse comes out of the winter country. Oh, it'll put a little sweat on him here. All right, everybody, cheer. There you go. That'll help her. They're up 15, 15 total.
Second cowgirl from Texas A&M, Chapman Ranch's Sissy Wynn. Two-time NFR qualifier. Took the title in Missoula, Montana. Looking good in the blue.
Yeah, well, she was voted the best dressed barrel racer of the National Finals Rodeo in 2023. The leg wraps, the blouse, the lid, all matching blue. Sissy Wynn, she's a South Texas cowgirl from Chapman Ranch. And 1469 will put her into the number 3 spot. Look at that. So close, so tight on each and every barrel.
Well, Boyd, I will forever be impressed by Brittany Posey Tanazi. She comes out here the very first time she has ran that awesome horse, Bobby, at a rodeo. They ran it at Jackpot a couple weeks ago, first time, and they chose Rodeo Houston. Take a look at this first barrel. Brittany, one of the greatest jockeys in the business, sets up that horse just perfectly, and they actually just imported this horse from Australia. So first time here at Houston, and she is taking the lead with the fastest time we've seen so far in the barrel race. You can see right here, we're gonna take a look at the 2 fastest times, Brittany Posey Tanazi and Jamie Olson, and you can tell they're pretty head-to-head going into that second barrel, and perfect timing going around the second, headed into the third, still tied. As they go around the third barrel right here, you can tell that Brittany Posey Tanazi's horse, Bobby, was just a little bit faster running back into that alleyway, and it made all the difference for who's leading in the barrel race. She's a 3-time world champion, and that's why she can ride any horse you put under her, and she's leading tonight.
Excellent work, Janie, as always. As we got the barrels set and ready, the ground's ready for them, Bobby.
All right, Jimmy K. Cox, Pleasanton, Texas. Now they're all watching to make sure as the ground was repaired. If you're running the Kentucky Derby, every time they run a race, they fix it. This is our Kentucky Derby. Now, this lady served as a past president of the WPRA. I've heard her sing the national anthem a dozen times, and talented. Okay, clickety-click. To the left, you got good. Now, pick it up, switch heads, switch leads, go to the third. One left to the right, to the right. Oh, was that a moment of indecision? He kind of stepped away from this third barrel and went, oh, that was a second. I don't know what she did right there, but we'll take it at a 15:34.
Let's go to a 5-time NFR qualifier and the NFR champion from 2022, Shelly Morgan, a graduate of the University of Texas at Tyler. In and around the right. She's got this horse warmed up and ready to run. Watch the horse, see the barrel. His ears will pop forward, and then they'll make the turn and head for the house. Shelly Morgan from Eustis. What was she able to do? 1481 for the Texas Cowgirl.
Now let's get set for Jordan Driver. This young cowgirl is the 7th generation rancher. She's got some awesome horses to choose from, but she's going with Cyrus tonight. This is an all or nothing style horse. She helps him around that first barrel as they go into that second, moves him over, and a nice tight turn on that second barrel. Jordan Driver, she's having an incredible season. Top 20 in the world, and this is why. What a run. Just a little bit off the pace for Jordan at that end, but they're going to come back, work out a few kinks. Their second barrel was by far the best, and he just really wrapped that turn. We're going to get faster each and every night.
15:39 for Jordan. 7 of the 8 cowgirls in the barrel race, all from the Lone Star State. Helen, another one of them. Noah Sad of Stephenville, Texas. The WPRA World Finals qualifier, just inside the top 40. Originally from Canada and tipping over barrel number 2. That will cost her 5 seconds. We will add those to her final time. 14:68 becomes 19:68 for Helen.
We were almost ready to say nobody had knocked a barrel down. Dang it. That's an oh shucks moment. Dove into it hard. Look at these horses, hours as they drive away from that barrel. Watch these ladies handle them. There is the nose strip that allows them to breathe a little bit better, run a little bit harder. Out of the way, find that quirt for one last touch. Brittany Posey Tanazi, congratulations and welcome back. Olson, Wynn, and Morgan, they're going to get a share of the pie as we say thank you to S&B Engineers and Constructors.
Well, if one cowgirl competition is good, let's add another. It is the Breakaway Roping. And we want to send our gratitude to Oxy. They are bringing it to you and us. Last year, Jackie Crawford left here with the biggest check of all. She's won over 20 world titles, trains a lot of her own horses. But we've got some very, very talented breakaway ropers in this set as well. Jordan Joe Hollabaugh, a national finals qualifier, but I got my eyes on Madison Uthier.
We're going to start with the number 12 ranked breakaway roper in the world, Riley George, a Texas A&M Commerce grad. And now you see how breakaway roping is supposed to work. You got to rope the calf with a bell collar catch. Then the calf breaks the rope away from the saddle horn. The only thing is you really want to be in a 3-second country if you can. She had to chase this calf a little farther than she wanted. Set the pace at 6.8.
Now, when you're second to go, that doesn't mean you've had a lot of chance to watch your cattle. Sawyer Gilbert is a veteran, NFR qualifier, and a Badlands Circuit Minot, North Dakota winner. She comes from Buffalo, South Dakota. They're ranching people. They'll ride good horses in the arena as well as on the ranch with the cattle. There you go, Sawyer. Reach, babe. Ooh.
Did you see that loop go on, Bob? Once she threw it,
oh yeah,
it was like cracking a whip. I mean, it barely goes over the head of the calf and breaks away so quickly. Right there. Nice job. It's 5-1.
Nice horse.
Let's turn to a 2-time national finalist in the breakaway roping. This is Jordan Joe Hollabaugh. Her husband Raymond keeps her horses ready to go and in shape. He was a several-time NFR tie-down roper. Springtown, Texas. There you go. Jordan Joe. Good job, kid. It's okay to smile. There you go. 3.8 for Miss Hollabaugh.
That will get a text with some exclamation points. Nice job, Blondie. Proud of you. Katie Williams comes from Weatherford, Texas. Now, I live in Poolville, but I say it's Weatherford.
She's number 21 in the world. Qualified to the NFR. Tiny little bay horse with a lot of heart. If she got, I was just fixing to say if she got out, but she broke the barrier. 12-3 for Katie. Dang it.
So, Andy, you would think as often as he points out somebody went to school at Texas A&M that he actually went there. He didn't. But this next breakaway roper did. Here's another Texas A&M University graduate named Madeline Richards. She studied aid communications, was the college national champion, breakaway roper, and all-around 1 year ago from Hereford, Texas. Karen had a 3.85168. Swings it out. 4 flat. Would move her into the number 2 spot. If it's clean, and it appears that it is. Good work, Madeline.
When you consider the fact you've got to not break the barrier, you got to ride your horse, you got to catch the calf, and you got to set your horse. These horses today, you're not going to go buy one for $15,000 or $20,000. You're looking at some $100,000 stallions. Casey Webb. Here is the lady who is an ICU nurse. You don't want to meet her under those circumstances. It means you're in trouble.
Just fixed to say that very same thing, Bob. I hope I only see her in the rodeo arena.
Yeah.
She won a gold medal at Salt Lake City, and she graduated from Sam Houston State University up the road in Huntsville.
One of the coolest mascots in all of sports, the Bearcat.
Got to be that big statue. I love going up there on nighttime drives.
What is a Bearcat? Is that like an antelope?
I don't know. No, you mean a jackalope.
Jackalope, yeah.
It's a mythical creature that happens to be the mascot in Huntsville, Texas.
Is it really mythical?
I don't know.
A Bearcat's like a gopher.
Definitely not Trill.
No time. No time for Tacey. Tossed it out there. I mean, right now, to be in the top 4, all you have to do is be quicker than 6 and 8. Really easy for me to say up here on the concourse. Braylee Shepard of Fitzhugh, Oklahoma. Another former Rookie of the Year. Sits just inside the top 40 in the WPRA World Standings. Won Vernal, Utah last July. Got a hard-running calf, takes a step to the right. She reaches out. And the chance she took is going to pay off 3.4, and she's in the driver's seat.
Yeah, but it was nervous because she missed her slack. It's a good thing this calf was running so fast because she had trouble pulling the slack out of the rope. The calf kind of did it for her, and that was fortunate. But nice job, Braylee Shepard, to take the lead by almost a half second.
It's not over, boys. Here comes the second generation. All-star, superstar, Madison Uthier. Her daddy is an NFR bronc rider. Her mother's an Olympian polo player. This little girl can ride anything you run under her. She has won the world in the WPRA twice. She's waiting for that calf to stand right. You're doing the right thing.
She is currently enrolled at Texas A&M, trying to make it back to the college finals. You know, honestly, she has to be one of the most interesting rodeo athletes. I mean, being a polo player, she grew up dancing in ballet. I mean,
she has a website where she will coach you. You can get on and live chat with her, and she will coach you on your roping and your horsemanship. So, pretty cool lady. But like you said, when your dad's a bronc rider and your mom's a world champion Olympian polo player, you're going to have a diverse background.
Wonderful family. Boy, we should get one of those podcasts. Teach people how to drive in traffic in Houston. All right. They run the extra calf, which we keep them in all of our timed events. To make her happy, the first calf did not look right. Now the horse says, what are we doing here? We get ready, then we have to wait. He's ready. Oh, yeah. Here you go, Madison, darn it. I wonder if that little hustle at the front end may have thrown her off. I hope not.
well, even if it did, I can guarantee you she'll be back and ready to do it again. With the intense looks of the competitors in the breakaway roping, once you come out from behind that barrier line, aggressively swing that rope and try to get it to fit over the head of the cab. Then you got to stop your horse, let that rope break away, and adjust your hat. Smile when it all works the way you had it fashioned. Maybe a little bit of a grimace when it didn't. But tonight it's Braylee Shepherd with a 3 and 4. That gets her $3,000. Jordan Joe Madeline will round out the top 3. Thank you to Oxy for bringing us our breakaway ropers.
Well, get ready. The Toros are ready to twist bull riding when we return.
Hey, folks, you see those busy men and women? They're down there working the gates, setting up all of that equipment. We say thank you to Cavender's Boot City for sponsoring our arena crew.
Hey, there's Statler Wright. Head up to the Visit the Fan Zone, presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Sections 103 and 124. You can take a picture with your favorite rodeo stars, get an autograph, or pick up your very own Rodeo Houston belt buckle in the Fan Zone in sections 103 and 124.
Here in Houston, the Houston Methodist Sports Medicine Group is crucial. They keep us loosened up and they're always ahead of an injury before we even have it. So without them, it would be tough to get on as many as we do. You get on 3 of the rankest horses in the world 3 days in a row here, plus semifinals and short round, and without them, it would be tough. So thank you to Houston Methodist.
All right, let's get excited. There you go with the wave to the camera. It's time to ride bull. Look at here. We have got bull riding, and they're going to rock and roll you. Rock and roll Denham's going to make it happen. When you look at a Creek Young, a former rookie, you're looking at a guy that can ride him in the 90s in this big arena. Jackson Ward, Shala, watch him. Scotty Knapp, get ready for Jake Frost, the kid of the bunch. Oh, boy. Let's have a chance, Andy, to meet our bull fighters.
Here they are. We call him the greatest of all time. On the left of your screen, that is Dusty Tuckness. The man in the middle, NFR bullfighter Nate Justice. And the fastest man on cleats to the right, that is Bo Sheets. And we want to welcome to Rodeo Houston from Soper, Oklahoma, the 10-time NFR barrel man, Mr. John Harrison. Hello, Johnny.
Good to see you, buddy. Let's buck 'em. First got to go as a bull called Bareback. Just like the bucking horses, the bulls are marked on a scale of 1 to 50 points. In San Antonio, they marked this bull 44. Jackson Ward, Goddard, Kansas. First man to go with a 21-year-old. Is unable to stick it on the barf bag. I would need one if you put me on a bucking bull, I can tell you that.
Before and after. See that right foot come loose. You guys have said it multiple times. When your feet come loose, you're not just holding on with your hand. You need your feet to keep your seat, but a no score for Jackson.
You need your feet to keep your seat. Ditto, Andy Seiler. Okay, everybody's excited about this next young man. He has been with us in the bareback ride in the Rodeo Houston. Now, the event that he sits number 2 in the world standings for. This is Wasey Shala. Ended up second in the all-around in 2024. He was just at Denver with Boyd, had a 90-point ride in the final moment, and got all the money at the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo. Hey, John.
Yo.
Oh, I saw you.
I'm ready.
The last bull was Bareback. This is Veggie Straw. Who is naming these bulls, Bobby?
Somebody been drinking. Yo, dog, left foot, you're good. Yes, yes, yes. Woohoo!
You heard Mr. Tallman mention it. This is his signature event. This is what he does best, and he is showing you why. The all-around champ of the college finals with a solid start, taking care of business. 80 points in round one for Shala.
I'm sure he'll take it. It's a qualified ride. I think all of us were hoping for a little bit larger number, but let's turn to Lane Vaughn. Lane Vaughn rides for Western Texas College. He won the Permit Challenge in Waco. He won the Columbia River Circuit Finals in Redmond. He's just 19 years old, and he has a bull called Bad Memory. This bull is 47-21. That gives him a buck-off percentage of about 53%. If you're one of those 21 guys that have heard the whistle, you've averaged 85 points when you did it. So a young gun on the collegiate rodeo level, riding for Snyder's Western Texas College, has got Bad Memory from the Servey brothers.
A lot of people might not understand, Boyd, how that works. You could be going to college right now like he does out in Snyder and still have qualified to come to Houston and all the other major rodeos. Trying to jump up on his hand. He looks back at the latch man. There's your nod for riding Lane Vaughn.
Keep your chin down. Ooh, nice work by the bullfighters. Man, they swarmed in there in a New York minute. Here's another look at it. The bull's going to turn back into his hand. Turn to the right on a right-handed bull rider. Excuse me. I got a little nervous when I started to see his head pop up. See how his chin was coming up a little bit? You want to keep that chin tucked. Doesn't matter, he made the whistle and he has the lead. 80.5 for Lane Vaughn.
Redding, California's Jordan Spears. The $1 Million Man made 5 trips to the national finals. Won Bozeman, Montana, and split the win in Strathmore, Alberta, Canada. A young bull called Ugly Duck. Won one of Boyd's favorite rodeos to say, the Fiesta de los Vaqueros in Tucson. See if we can get some Houston money. They weren't lying. This bull is ugly.
He's, I was going to say solid in the middle. All of a sudden you see one foot come up. Thank you, bullfighters.
Watch it.
Oh, that's good, Nate Justice. Good moves. He tapped him on the head, kept him there.
Oh, and it just breaks my heart. I'm at my age and condition, I tend to root for the guys that are a little bit older, and he's 32. And Jordan has just been so good for so long. But watch, his hand turns over in that rope, and that's going to mean he's hung up because his hand turned over. So their bullfighters are reaching for the tail of that rope, trying to pull it loose so that he can get out. And that's exactly what they did. Folks, you can't get loud enough for Nate Justice, Dusty Tuckness, and Bo Sheets because those guys are fearless.
Here's another veteran bull rider. 34 years of age is Scotty Knapp, former NFR qualifier who won the Sky High Stampede. But look out for men and bulls with 3 names, William James George.
So, as you look at this guy right here, Andy pointed out the feet. He lost his right foot. It was like Brute had betrayed him. But folks, we're going to a Brazilian named Alex Cardoso, and we asked him, why do so many bull riders come from Brazil to the U.S.?
Well, we come to America because that's changed life, not just for us, but for our families too. So the rodeos of here is a little bit different because it's a lot more money in Brazil.
Well, the best of luck to you, Alex. He's got a bull we don't know a lot about, other than we know he's been bucked one time with 0 success for the rider. The bull's name is El Patron.
He's got that little look to him like a team open steer. Them little horns will fool you.
John Harrison thinks it's a tequila.
That is good tequila. All right, the last two guys, both the same thing has happened. You'll watch them sit flat on their pockets right there. You can't post over your rope. Your knees come up, your feet come loose, and your butt goes flying.
There's Bo Sheets putting his hands right on the horns of the bull to keep his attention away from the bull rider. Let's go from Brazil. Andy, we're going to Queensland, Australia.
It was a one-time-a-night thing, so if you think I'm going to do my Australian accent again, you got another thing coming.
Me, along with everybody else here, thank you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Jacob Carriage, Rockhampton, Queensland. 20 years of age, won Hempstead, Texas, to qualify to be here with us. And he's got a bull that Bob loves. His name's Happy Hour.
Yeah, there was a time when Happy Hour was on my mind. Brooks and Dunn ought to probably record that. Great song title. Rockhampton, they'll say. Oh, he's trying to get himself up. You notice what he does to the tail of the rope? If he needs it, he can get it. Ow, Jacob. Look at the outside foot. He's spurring him. He's spurring him. Oh, he is in total control of that 4A scab.
Yeah, and the great 8-time world champion Donnie Gay likes to call it money chops, right? No, and look at this bull. A lot of people like to say that it's the flank strap that makes the bull buck, the rope around his hips. Okay, well, if that's the case, the bull is clearly bucking right now. And then the money chops come when he lets that left foot start kicking that bull during the ride. And when the ride is over, the bull quits bucking and then just stands there. But the flank strap is still on the bull. So that can't be the reason the bull bucks. He bucks because he was bred to buck. We'll prove that a little bit later on in the show.
I'll stay with you on that one. There it is, Chase Richter talking about him. He said, thanks for riding my bull. All right, Jake Frost, Randland, Utah. Here is another signature family of the great Frost. Jake, 23 years old. He's the baby of the bunch of this generation. Flight risk. They were 87 trips, 17 rides. Not sure how many left-handed. Oh! He's got a hold on.
Well, I'm glad you asked. Of the 17 trips, 13 of them were by right-handed cowboys. So I looked and saw that Jake was going left-handed and knew that might be a little bit of a disadvantage with this particular animal because previous left-handers have not had good luck with flight risk.
Well, you can't question his grit and determination. He tried until the very end, but we will ride 3 of 8 tonight. And a big payday coming for some very good cowboys in the bull ride.
Well, as you watch them go around and around, if you can just stay up on your rope, and these guys are doing it right. That outside foot just tells them, I'm in control. Thank God for the bullfighters. They're giving Dusty a wink. That's what's going to save their life when they're in trouble tied to them. Somebody looking back going, I've had enough. Wasey said, oh, really? Lane Pond, Boyd's pick of the night, to the lead by a half. Wasey Shala, you're okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the bull ride, and it was sponsored by Rock and Roll Denim.
Up next, a very special tribute to some of our favorite athletes. We want to welcome some lucky recipients of our Rodeo Acts of Kindness program. They've been moved down from the 6th level to these great seats thanks to Rodeo Acts of Kindness partners, Kroger.